Hey guys, sorry I look like crap. It's really late. I'm tired. It's like a little after 1, but I have only gotten 4 hours of sleep today. Anyway, I'm just doing an update video. I don't care if anyone doesn't like it, whatever, that's your business. But I took my plugs out a week ago because I had this modeling audition to go to in Flint, Michigan, and I figured it probably wouldn't look the best if I had plugs because it's really down upon in that industry and whatever. So I was at about double zeros. I had 0 gauge plugs in and they were single flared, so the single flared end was actually quite a bit bigger than the actual size of the 0 gauge 8mm plug itself, but the end of the plug, the single flared, was wider, and that could slip right through my ear, so I count myself at that I went to double zero. Anyway, the whole point in this video is for those of you who are wondering about whether or not your ears will shrink back or not. Now, the number one thing to remember is if you stretch your ears, you have to consider it permanent after a certain point, especially. Well, even for some people, probably even smaller sizes, some people probably have trouble, not many, but you have to make sure you want that for the rest of your life in case it doesn't grow back, and it doesn't, in case you blow out your ears, or in case it gets ripped out. I know a kid, probably about 6 or 7 years ago, we were in high school, and he went into a mosh pit for a hardcore concert, and someone ripped it out, and now he just has an ear that has the bottom half missing, or the bottom part missing, and it looks like this. It's kind of gross. I feel bad for the kid. But yeah, when I just took my plugs out, that had been my 3rd time stretching. I stretched when I was 18, and I was really dumb about it. I used to call it gauging, whatever. I bought everything from Hot Topic. It was kind of dumb. I stretched from 16 gauge when I got my ears pierced to double zeros. Yes, double zero, because these ones were 0 gauge plugs, but they were saddled and double flared, and the flares were huge on them, so I was at double zero. Anyway, for some reason I freaked out and took them out when I first got into college. They shrank up to the point where you couldn't see through them anymore at all, and they were almost to the point of where it looked like I just had regular earrings. Like, people who don't stretch wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Second time was a few months ago, and I only actually went to 2 gauge, and then one of them fell out. That was in November, December, I believe. One of them fell out, and it shrank too much, so I was like, screw it, I'm going to take the other one out too. I'll just have to wait and restart again. So then, by the 3rd time of doing it, my ears were really stretchy, and I stretched up to double zero in about 4 months again, but this time it was crazy because I didn't even have to put a 12 in. I put something from a 10 in, it went right through, but it doesn't look like it goes through, which is good. I put an 8 through, was at there for a few weeks, it was totally healed. Went to 6, was at that for about a month and a half, then I went to 4, then I went to 2, then I went to 0, and then the double flare, or the single flare on the 0 made it double zero. So I'm hoping they'll close up again, just because, I don't know, I love stretching so much, and I know that I'll get hooked on it if I do it again, and I just can't. I have a really good job, and I just can't risk it. I know that's kind of weak, but what can you do? Maybe I'll make more money so I could do it one day, and then if I needed to, I can get them sewn up, but hopefully not. Anyway, the point is, they've been out for a week, and you can still see through them. They look like they're probably about 8 gauge or even 6 gauge. 6 went right through them the other day. But the other 2 times I did it, they did the exact same thing. The last 2 times I stretched before, not this process, but they shrank, and even after 2 or 3 months, they were to the point where you couldn't see through them, and it looked like a regular earring. So, just for those of you who are wondering, it's not the same for every person, but for me, I've done it 3 times, and they're doing pretty well. Actually, this year I went up to 1/2 inch one night when I was kind of out of it. I took a silicone tunnel like a dumbass and put it in this one, and it stretched it. It didn't hurt at the time. I didn't have it in for long, and I took it out, and it still shrank this much. And that's, I didn't have it in for long, but it still stretched it to half an inch or 12 millimeters at one point, even if it wasn't for long. Anyway, they're healing up well, so just keep that in mind. If you're stretching, it can be really permanent, but if you take it slow and do it right, then you should be fine. Just don't go too big if you think you're going to regret it. Thanks for watching.